Lecture number 6 for the chapter Statistics for the class 10th, and in this lecture we'll discuss how to draw the cumulative frequency curve or ogive. Now, drawing, we can find or draw the ogive in three ways. First of all, less than ogive, then more than ogive, and the combined ogive, that is combining both the curves on the same graph paper. Now, drawing a less than ogive, we locate the upper limit of the class interval on the x-axis. Upper limit you have to locate, and their corresponding cumulative frequency on the y-axis. Then we plot the point on the graph paper and join them by freehand. A smooth curve, we have to draw it. Then the curve we get is known as the cumulative frequency curve or ogive or less than type ogive. That is, you have to draw the graph taking the upper limit of the class interval and on the x-axis and the cumulative frequency on the y-axis and join those points with the freehand. Similarly, drawing on the more than ogive, then we plot the lower limit of the class interval on the x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequency on the y-axis. Then we plot the points on the graph paper and join them with the freehand, and the curve we obtain is known as the more than type or cumulative frequency curve or more than ogive. Now, how to look at to find the point from the given ogives? First method, first of all, locate n by 2 on the y-axis. From this point, draw a line parallel to x-axis, cutting the ogive at a point where this point draw a perpendicular to the x-axis. The point of intersection of this perpendicular with the x-axis determine the median of the data. That is, you have to first of all find n by 2 on the y-axis. From this point, you draw a line parallel to x-axis meeting the curve at a point, and from this point draw a perpendicular to x-axis, and the point where it meets will give the median of the given data. Now, second method is you can draw both the ogive, that is more than and less than on the same axis, and the two ogives intersect at a point. Then from this point, the point where the two ogives intersect, from that point draw perpendicular on the x-axis, and the point where this perpendicular meets the x-axis will determine the median. So you can find the median either drawing the less than ogive or drawing the more than ogive, or drawing both the ogives on the same graph paper and drawing the perpendicular from the point of intersection of the both the ogives on the x-axis. The point where it intersect the x-axis will give the median of the given data. So this is the method to find the median graphically, or we call it ogive or cumulative frequency curve. Now let us take the question number 1 of exercise 14.4. 14.4, you have to draw here less than ogive. So how to have to draw the less than ogive? Now it is given this data, that is daily income and the number of workers are given. 100 to 120 it is 12. You can see the question from your NCERT book. 120 to 140 it is 14, 140 to 160 it is 8, 160 to 180 it is 6, 180 to 200 it is 10. Now when you have to draw the less than ogive, you have to take the upper limit. Be very careful. Less than, you have to take the upper limit and their corresponding cumulative frequencies. So you have to take daily income in less than 120, less than 140, less than 160, less than 180, less than 200, like this. Now you have to find the number of workers having the income less than 120. So naturally from 100 to 120 there are 12. So less than 120 they will be 12. Now the number of workers having the income less than 140, naturally it will be 12 plus 14, that is 26. जिनका इनकम 140 से कम है तो नेचुरली उसमें 120 से कम वाले भी आ जाएंगे. तो 12 plus 14, that is 26. That is, you have to add these two. The number of workers having the income less than 160, so you have to add all these. 8 plus 14 plus 12, it is 34. The number of worker having the income less than 180, so naturally the all workers are from this to this, added, it will be 40. And the number of workers having the income, daily income less than 100, that is the total of this, it will be 50. So this is the less than or give table, and you have to plot these points on the graph paper, taking on x-axis the upper limit, that is 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. You have to draw this on the proper graph paper. On the x-axis you have to take the upper limit, and on the y-axis you have to take the cumulative frequency. So it is from 120, or rather it is from 100 to 120. So I have started from 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, and on y-axis I have taken the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60, and plot the graph. So it is for a 120 it is 12, to 140 it is 12. When you draw this on the graph paper, you will get the exact points. For 140 it is 26, mark the point 126. For 160 it is 34, 160 it is 34, and 180 it is 40. For 200 it is equal to 50. Mark the graph paper, and with the free hand you join the points with the free hand. You will get a curve, and the less than curve is always going upwards. It will always goes upwards. I have made a crank here because this class size, the class interval here is 20, but from 0 to 100 it is not equal to this, so we have to make a crank here. So like this you can draw the less than cumulative frequency curve. Less than cumulative frequency curve always goes upwards. Now in question number 2, less than table is already given, which is less than 38 it is 8, less than 40 it is 3, less than 42 it is 5, less than 44 it is 9, less than 44 it is 14, and so on. Means less than cumulative frequency curve is already given here. You don't have to make a less than table. So mark this, taking the upper limits on the x-axis like this. Upper limit, which is 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50 and 60 and so on. And on the y-axis I have taken this, the cumulative frequency, and I have taken 1 centimeter as 2 units. I have taken 1 centimeter as 2 units. So take it, it is 38 upper limit, and its cumulative frequency is 0. So for 38 it is 0. For 40 it is 3. So for 40 I have to mark it as 3. For 42 it is 5. For 44 it is 9. For 46 it is 14. For 48 it is 28. You can see it here. For 50 it is 32, and for 50 it is equal to 35, and join it with the free hand. You don't have to use the scale, free hand you have to use. Now if you have to find the median using this data, as I've already told you, what you have to do, you have to find n by 2. N by 2 here is 35 upon 2, that is 17.5. Then you have to locate this 70.5 on the y-axis. Locate this point 17.5 on the, it is 17.5. Rather it is 35 upon 2, 17.5 on this. So locate this point approximately 17.5 here. Draw a line parallel to x-axis. The point it intersects on the graph, on the curve, and from this point draw a perpendicular on the x-axis. The point where it intersects on the x-axis, it is intersecting about at 46.5, will be the median of this data. That is, you have to find first of all n by 2, then locate that point on the y-axis, draw line parallel to x-axis, touching or meeting the curve at any point, and from that point draw a perpendicular on x-axis. The point where it intersects the x-axis will give the median of this data. So from this less than curve you can easily find the median graphically. You can also find the median of this data. You have to compare it by finding the you find the median by using the graph. You have to also find the median by using the formula also, and you know how to find the median by using the formula as usual. 0 to 38, the table is given, number of students are given, so you have to find the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency is first as it is, 3 added to 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 4 plus 5 is 9, 5 plus 9 is 14, 14 plus 14 28, and so on. Then you have to find n by 2, which is already we have find in the graphically also, 35 upon 2, which is 17.5, and it is lying in this. So this will be the median class, because from 14 onwards the data is lying up to in this class interval. So this is the median class. So this will be F, this will be CF, and this will be L, the lower limit of the median class. So you have to put this on the graph paper on the formula, that is L plus n by 2 minus CF upon F into H. L n by 2 CF F into H. H is the upper limit minus lower limit, which is equal to 2. So by using the formula also, we have obtained the median as 46.5. So in this question, you have to tell the median from the graph as well as the formula. In question number 3, you have to find the cumulative frequency curve for more than octave you have to find. Now, when this the data is given, 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 60 to 65, 65 to 70, and so on. The number of forms are given. So you have to find the more than octave. So to find the more than octave, you have to take the lower limit as 50, 55, 60, 65, 75, and 70. So more than 50, more than 55, more than 60, more than 65, more than 70, more than 75, and so on. So the number of farms more than 50 production kg per hectare is, that is more than 50, all will be there, that is 2 plus 8 plus 12 plus 24 plus 38 plus 16, that is 100. Now the more than production per hectare 55, so more than 55 will be the sum of except this 8 plus 12 plus 24 plus 38 plus 16, that is 98. More than 60, that the production when 60 kg per hectare, more than 60 will be the sum of 12, 24, 38 and 60, that is 98. And more than 65, 24 plus 38 plus 16, that is 78. More than 70 production per hectare, it will be 38 plus 16, that is 54. And more than 75, it will be 16. So on x-axis you take the lower limits, and on y-axis you take the cumulative frequency and mark them on the graph paper. So I have taken the 1 centimeter as 5 unit on the x-axis, the upper limit, because the class size is 5. On the upper limit, on the y-axis, I have taken the cumulative frequency in the scale as 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. So mark the points on the graph paper. So 50, it is 100. 50, it is equal to 100. For 55, it is 98. For 55, it is 98. You draw on the graph paper. For 60, it is 90. For 60, it is 90. For 65, it is 78. 65, it is equal to 78. See it on the graph paper. 70, it is 54. 70, it is equal to 54. And for 75, it is equal to 60. When you add this with the free hand, the graph will go downwards. The graph will go downwards like this. So in more than graph, the more than octave, the graph goes downwards, and in less than octave, it goes upward. So this is the octave for more than octave, where you have to take the lower limits. So this is the completion of your chapter statistics, and we have in detail explained the mean, median, mode, and the octave on the graph paper you have to mark. Okay, thank you.